The other book that really brought me and put me on the map, I think, and that was critical to my success, believe it or not, is a book that Ron Chernow wrote called Washington: A Life. And again, you know, not a fiction book, true biography, autobiography in this case. The quintessential probably book on Washington, and the learning from a business perspective is just what these guys went through and how they managed it. Because if you can manage these things, you can manage almost anything. And you're so right, because I will start books that I'll go, I don't know, 25 pages into, and I never pick the book up again. The writing's not as good. It's a new author, possibly. It doesn't catch me right away. You know, it bores me maybe right out the gate. But then there are books that you're like, I'm going to have to pull an all-nighter. I'm not going to get any sleep because there's no way I can set this book down. And it really is the way that book is crafted and the talent of the author. I think so many times that author, that ability to write, that talent is often overlooked.
Right. And also, I think the thing that we didn't learn in school, which is writing is really a team sport. The editors, their coach, if they have one,
yes,
they all play a role in giving them feedback and helping them. And sure, their ability to write is the words that you're consuming, but it's not a lonely sport. And I think that's the thing that most of us think is I have to get it right first. And that's not true. You can be messy in the beginning because you don't make a beautiful sculpture from, hardened clay. It has to be kind of moldable and manageable and be able to bring it down, tear it up. And I think most of us expect writing a book to be like blowing glass, where you're blowing it. It has to be perfect on the first try. It's very different, I think, in my opinion. But that's not how we're taught in school. You turn it in, you hold your breath, hoping, that it doesn't shatter. But it's different than that in the publishing world.
Yeah, and it's different in the business world too, because we won't put out a memo. We've had a rule here for in all of my companies for years. Nothing goes out that I don't get to read, and I don't put something out that somebody else doesn't get to read. So having that other set of eyes look at something is so important. Be it, you don't want to put the wrong price on something, or you don't want to use the wrong word or put the wrong name, or it just doesn't read very well, or be it just trying to get a good grade on a story you told.
Yeah, absolutely. And it just takes a lot of the pressure off. That you be the creator of the story. Don't be the wordsmith. That's just different. We're used to having to do all those roles. Like I said, we're used to being the editor, like getting it right, getting as close to right, turning it in, and not being like, what is it I'm trying to say? I tell authors, look, if you can't like tell in line a grocery line to an 8-year-old girl behind you what your book's about, she goes, oh, I get it. Or to a 99-year-old woman ahead of you, and she goes, oh, I get it. Then you're probably trying to say too much. Great books are usually about something very simple. And I think we mistake that. Great books are easy to talk about. Great books have simple premises. They might have complex stories to unveil them, but everyone's looking for that big idea. If I can just get my big idea here, and it'll be my great book, then I'm happy. The problem with that is, I think it's a fallacy. I think there are no big ideas. There are only small ideas that everybody else didn't notice, but you stopped and picked it up and go, hey, did you ever think about this? And then lots of people talk about it. Them talking about it makes it a big idea, but the idea itself is still very, very small and very simple. And I think that's the biggest mistake.